Hey yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Coach Alpha Elite. I am a fitness instructor in Seattle, Washington area. However, I need to talk to you guys about a serious matter. It's a matter of importance of life and death. We are going through a civil war between the species of humanity. Male and female are fighting each other. There will be a civil war based upon this. You have the left-leaning liberals pointing in the direction of the right, saying they're wrong, they're right, whatever. The right's full of white male oppressors, and the left is full of androgynous, pink, blue, green, hair-colored fucking... I don't even know if they're even human beings anymore. They look like aliens to me. But, for real, in all sense and purposes, we are going through a species war. We are currently in fourth wave feminism. It's 2019. Brought on to you by our current state of social media, which is the internet of today. More people are spouting their ideological beliefs on people, shoving it down your throats for the past 40, 50, 60 years, however way it's been around. I think it's like 60, 70 years now. I don't want to go into the history about feminism. You guys can look that up for yourselves. I'm not like completely into it because that's not my thing. If anything, the philosophy that I have found to save my life, specifically, is MGTOW. And what do I mean by MGTOW? I'm not a professional expert like Sandman. I'm not a professional expert like a bunch of these other guys. I think Sandman's the only guy that I can verify credible information. He has, I think, like 1.3 thousand videos on the subject matter, and he's been around for 4 or 5 years. Lately, this is what's going on in my life. About 3 years ago, I was married. I was in the military. I had 3 or 4 kids at the time. I'm getting out. I had 4 kids at the time, and I realized I was red pilled. I got some information saying, you know, I just started asking questions, getting conspiracy theories and shit, and I came under the belief that marriage is a fraud. Marriage is an institution built for the government, church, and state, right? They're the 2 people, and women. Church, state, and women are the 3 people. Before I was considering just the 2. Now I'm the 3rd. They're the 3 that benefit the most from marriage. Why? Government, they get more taxes because you're producing for a family. It's your blue-pilled nature. It's what you were taught. It's what the entire world and Western civilization has been taught. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of monogamy, that being a biological impediment to your imperative of spreading your seed. We're seed spreaders, right? Seed spreaders. Genetics. So, I don't even know where to start with you guys. I initiated a divorce. I came under some law shit. My life got turned the fuck upside down where I tried killing myself 3 times. And the reason why I didn't succeed with this every single time, I was about to go all the way through. I was putting the blade to my wrist, about to jump off a bridge, about to jump in front of a train. My daughter Selena, she fucking popped into my mind, and I realized this is stupid. I can do more good for the world by being alive than taking my own life. And going through that pain and suffering, I know the darkest moments. I had PTSD. I fucking changed my mentality. Try to stay away from alcohol, guys. That shit just fuels the beast inside of you. So, some other shit. Let's keep talking. I went through my divorce. I came out. I went to jail for 9 months. I fucking had an assault case against me. I fucking, hurt somebody. And yeah, it fucking tarnished. I got disenfranchised. So technically, by default, I am a fucking lone wolf. I am an outcast. I am a disenfranchised citizen of the United States. That year, coming out of the military, I made about $96,000 gone. Drugs, alcohol. Last year, I made $70,000. I carried over. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, right? Well, guess what was taking my money? My desires, my lack of discipline for the female body and the nature, and the want and need and validation within sex to prove my worth as a man and my masculinity. That fucked me over, and I spent all my money, blew it on women. I blew it on, some nice ones. I blew it on some dirty ones and some ugly ones. I don't know. Whatever, to each his own. But coming down to it, what I've noticed and realized is that all women are the same when it comes to their biological imperative and the prerogative of hypergamy, hedonism, all these big words you can just look up. You know, the red pill, people out there speaking red pill truth. However, this was my journey. I went from a blue-pilled father of 4 to divorcee, separated, single, homeless, living out of my fucking van that I'm driving in right now. This van's legit. You can travel the fucking world in this thing. Anyways, I made it comfy. Don't worry. I wasn't fucking druggy living in the van. But anyways, I digress. Coming out of jail, I had that bad boy mentality. I was that guy I was the Chad. My name's not Chad, but I was your Chad. And if you're married or in a relationship, I can tell you, there are women out there fucking around on your ass. If they don't work and they live at home and they have a cell phone and they're in it like this the entire time, guess what they're doing? Cheating on your ass. Leaving your ass. They fishing. They're looking for they're monkey branching. They're looking plate spinning, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're out there looking for the next best catch. And guess what? Thanks to Tinder, thanks to the social media and the loneliness and the fucking addiction that it all brings, it's ruined society. Yes, it's a tool and you can use it in many ways. I use it in numerous ways to make money. Like, right, I don't fucking work a full-time job. I haven't worked a full-time job in 3 years. And I can be proud that I support myself. And the money that I make anywhere else, like as an employee or like a bartender or server or whatever, I use that to build myself. I use that to build my business. I use that to build my internal worth. Because when you come out of relationships, when you get red pilled, and when you realize that you can only have 2 options when it comes to dealing with women. You have the option of 1, loving them, 2, understanding them. You can't do both. Why? Because the red pill allows you to understand human nature, but more importantly, female nature. Female nature is fucking something we'll never be able to understand fully in its whole entirety, but you can understand it within the concept and scope of your lens that you have. You know, you being a male, you know, it's weird binary, and I mean everything, choice is binary, right? Love's binary, it's yes or no, love or no, don't love. But you know, women don't love the same. Men have male love, like it's like you can love somebody and they can fuck you over and you still love that person, and it's that emotional attachment, that feeling of weakness that you allow yourself to attach onto somebody. And women, they love opportunistically. You know, they see a guy, he has a nice car, he has a nice bank account, he has nice bling bling, other women want him, he's highly desirable on the sexual marketplace value, and they'll swing to him. And guess what? There will always be somebody better than you. There will always be someone more sexier, more attractive, more wealthy, more balder, whatever you're into. There's somebody out there that is better than you. And it's a rigged game. It really is a rigged game. So the best way to win the game, and it's what is this, art of 48 laws of power, is to not play the game. Who said you had to play the game? So for me, in the past 2 years, I've been on a fitness journey. I've been on a transcendent mindset reset, just trying to find the truth in this world, and I found it in MGTOW. And that is something you guys are going to have to get in depth and give yourself time to think. I feel like I've had an exponential growth within myself in the past 2 years for the fact that I don't work full time. I have time to myself. I put away time to think and reflect on the things that I've heard, learned. You know, it's part of life. The information that I have now, I wish I had when I was 10 years ago, when I was 18, 28 right now. It would have saved my life. Would have helped me make better decisions. Religion has nothing to do with MGTOW. MGTOW is far more secular philosophy that's beneficial to the human mind, body, and spirit. I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. I mean, I have tons to say, just I don't want to get so random tangent thoughts, because that's the way I think, is just right. Anyways, for a fitness journey, guys, hit up the Genius supplement brand. I'm gonna put a link in the description below. I'm gonna put the creatine specific supplement. Creatine is the #1 most beneficial nutritional supplement outside of organic foods that you can take. It's been around since the 70s. It is the largest, or the most studied, scientifically studied in academia journals on the benefits. There aren't ever any fucking risks at taking it. Just don't take more than, recommended dosage, and you'll be fine. Some people had some liver and kidney failure because they were taking like 100 grams. Like, that's way too much. 25 max in a day. 5-gram scoops rounded 5 times a day for your first 2 weeks, and then you can take 1 5-gram scoop in the morning, one after your workout. Just, figure it out for yourself. Make sure you increase your water intake, because it will make you dehydrated. And I'm not a fucking molecular scientist, but my understanding is that here's your cell, right? You got a little cell, and you got like little gates on your cell that allow the fucking glucose and insulin to open the gates, and all these different, biomolecular freaking chemistry shit's going on with oxygen, with water, with different minerals that your cell and your body needs for those purposes. Well, when you take creatine, what it does is it gets inside your cells and it increases your ability to uptake water, which inherently changes the ATP synthesis within your body. I think it's like 3 or 4, and it can bump it up to 7. On these figures and these numbers are some fucking journal I read. And what it allows you to have is almost double your increase in stamina, strength, and endurance in all 3 categories. So go ahead, check out the Genius brand supplements in the link below. They are a trusted brand that I support. If you need a very low budget price point as well, I have the bottom end of the spectrum as well. Everyone else is in between. And you guys, really, I highly suggest you to look up red pill awareness, red pill nature, just fucking the truth. MGTOW philosophy. It's not a movement. There's no leader. It's a hydra. It's a group of men who have been hurt through their human experience by the female nature that is supported by the government. Daddy state. When no fault divorce was initiated, what that did is, instead of having the husband as the head of household, it turned the government, the state, as daddy government, into the big green weenie that it is, into the affairs of family law. It became the head of the household. So now you have women that are out there empowered, working dead-end careers, being miserable fucks, putting their misery on the rest of us. And it's not very fun, and it's not very fulfilling when you could jump from one person to the other and it's the same fucking story every single time. And the more of an asshole and a dick and a jerk that you are, is what women really want. Women want MGTOW. Women want MGTOW men. It's something that they can't have. I'm a model. Last year I did a lot of modeling gigs, and I am on several websites, Facebook, Instagram pages as their brand picture, and nobody cares. Like, nobody fucking cares. Like, I'm just some dude. Like I said, you can be the sexiest guy in the world and not get anything. But that's not the fact. The fact is that when you have everything, you look at the rest and you get sad and depressed. You hear the stories of rich millionaires killing themselves, or being in fucking therapists 3 times a day because they can afford it and because they're fucked up. People who, I warn you, when you take the red pill, you get a high likely level of depression. You don't get motivated. You see the value in everything. You don't want to buy shit. You don't want to have things. You don't even want to interact with people because most people are fucking not even blinders on. They're just fucking blind. Their fucking phones in their face, feeding them garbage and shit and bullshit. And guess who's winning? The negative people out there touting fucking men are bad. Masculinity is bad. It's toxic. It's not good for you. Well, guess what? This fucking world was built on it. Look around you. Did you ever see a woman building all these buildings around me? No. The only time I've ever seen a woman in construction was holding the fucking sign, getting paid the same as the guy digging the fucking ditch. So you tell me where the equality is. You tell me where the gender gap pay difference is. You tell me your oppression. Because I'm a dude? Because I have a penis? A cock? A dick? Whatever? Because I have facial hair? Because I was biologically born this way? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are these people? Fuck! That's my biggest complaint. Shit. Alright. I'm sorry, guys. My story got interrupted. I'll do a more in-depth fucking tutorial what happened to me. But needless to say, blue pill divorcee. Went through a few relationships after that, an affair. Then I became a pickup artist. And then I became a pickup coaching artist. I fucking taught dudes in bars how to like approach women, how to fucking get the confidence, what it takes to. I literally sold my time as being a fucking wingman. Money's out there, guys. People are fucking desperate. But guess what? The best way to play a game is say fuck everything and don't play at all. Don't be productive. I'm not trying to call for action. I'm not trying to call for violence or anything. But that's everyone's sovereign individual right to decide what's right for them. Just be prepared, guys. Shit's coming.